Oh yeah, friends and fam. Welcome back to another episode of Captain Coleslaw Outdoors with yours truly. Today we are pursuing one of the most highly recommended videos amongst all other topics that I could possibly bring you from an outdoor recreational perspective. So today we're breaking out the fly rods and we're fishing for whatever bites. Now earlier this year you saw that we were fishing a lot of trout streams. And we were catching a lot of trout on standard tackle. We tried a little bit of fly fishing way back, but we didn't have any good come from it. This is a different ecosystem that we're about to explore. This is a warm water stream. So if you saw my episode a few weeks ago where we were chasing those smallmouth bass on soft plastic tackle, we're going back to basically the same ecosystem, which is a warm water stream, more associated with bass and warm water tolerant species of fish, such as drum, catfish, suckers, carp, and that kind of thing. And we're gonna see what's biting on the fly. So the presentation we're gonna try on these fish is a nymphing dry fly hybrid, which basically means at the bottom of the line, we have a little nymph, in this case a little stonefly pattern, and then about 2.5 feet up the line we have a dry fly emerger, which will act kind of like a strike indicator, and when something hits the low lure, we'll see the high lure shoot down. And you don't have to throw out some red and yellow ball that looks really suspicious. In addition to that, we might get fish who are hitting top water, and they might take the top fly and not the bottom one. So we got 2 hooks in the water. So strategically, as long as they look like feed that the fish are gonna want to pursue, we might have a chance of catching a fish on either hook. And just like before, we are going to target deep, slow pools of water where we know the fish are holding up. And the thing about fishing streams versus big rivers and lakes that can be very strategic is that if there are big fish locked in, they are not going to be picky in terms of their feeding. So for example, there are some fish in this creek much larger than the bass that you saw us catch the other day, and we caught some nice bass out of here. In larger bodies of water where food is more plentiful, those fish are going to be a lot more choosy about what they feed. They're only going to invest their time in taking on food that's going to get them the biggest reward. But in these small streams, food is scarce and the water's a lot clearer, so these fish are a lot less picky about their food items. They have to be opportunistic because their best chance at a meal could float away and they don't see another opportunity for a week. So we're gonna get out here to the trail head that's gonna lead us down to our hole, and we'll start fly fishing. We'll see what's biting. I'm pretty excited about this too. So I haven't fly fished all year. This is my first time going at it, so might have to shake out the rust, but hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? So here we go. Hopefully we can catch something. The only other thing that I'm a little concerned about, I didn't bring a net. In my luck, I'm gonna hook into something amazing and I'm not gonna have a net to get it in, so if we have a sloppy land job on some big old fish, forgive me for it. All right, let's get to the stream. Let's go catch some finned friends. The water feels so good on my legs, oh my God. The key to this game is this is a small lure presentation type game. We're trying to be sneaky and stealthy. That's what makes fly fishing different than other more conventional types of fishing. It requires some stealth, it requires precision and care. So once we get up on this hole, I'm going into stealth mode. I mean, you'll hear me talking to you. I don't want these fish alerted at all, because the least alert that I can make them, the better chance I have of catching them in this very light tackle way. If you have water that's too clear, you don't want lures that look fake, because you're just going to spook the fish. They either have to have amazing action or they got to match the hatch. Sometimes that's how it goes. And I need to put in some time to figure out how the fish respond to a fly compared to bass tackle. I'm sure you guys can see the shape. There's some big drum in here. They couldn't give two shits to the wind. Fellas, we didn't catch a damn fish today. We didn't even have a take. Now I'm sitting here thinking to myself, well, this video ain't gonna make the cut. But you know what? I think it will. Because realistically, I mean, we have a beautiful day, beautiful scenery. The water's tremendous, and we saw fish everywhere. It's not like they're not here. It's not like we're wasting our time here. Losing my mind. I need some food. You know, the fact that this is what I get to do and this is what I'm bringing you guys in terms of content and work on my end, it's a blessing. I mean, you don't have to always catch something to have a great time. This is a beautiful day. The stream is phenomenal. It feels good to just be fishing. Would have loved to have catch something, but we can at least learn something. We fished this stream before for smallmouth using soft plastics and I annihilated them. Same stream, same species, different tactic. They want nothing to do with it, which as far as I'm concerned is not a coincidence. I look at all these drum that we were seeing and catfish and suckers, and we got to play a different game if we want to catch those fish. So let's plan on coming back out to this stream, just changing up the tactics until we can make something work. Oh yeah, we're back. So we didn't catch a dang fish the other day on the fly rod. We didn't catch a dang fish. I think if I can catch one fish on this day, the whole fly fishing segment for this late summer, that's the task. We're gonna make that happen. So we're going with the double nymphed rig fly setup. And the big thing is this water is just so clear and low. I think the fish are super wary. I think that's why we didn't get more action. I don't think it was that we were necessarily doing things wrong, but we were getting way too close to those fish and they were seeing us and they just didn't want anything to do with what we had to present. Well, we know where the fish are holding. We've seen these fish in here. We saw them while we were smallmouth fishing and we pummeled the smallmouth. We saw them when we came out here fly fishing the first time. And eventually one of them's gonna bite, but we're gonna really work hard to try to sneak in on these fish and use those casting tactics that we were talking about before in order to really creep close, but make a good presentation that those fish might wanna eat. If you didn't see the different fly fishing tactics, go check out the whys and how-tos where I show you how to do a roll cast versus a back cast. I think we're gonna use them both today in order to try to get this job done. Drum on the fly, challenge accepted. Not the most conventional fish to target, but if we can pull it off, one drum on the fly, that's gonna be one hell of a fight. And I gotta say, one thing that I don't do personally well with as an angler is failure. You know, there's a lot of people out there who say, oh, getting out on the water is just a great escape. I didn't catch a fish, but I truly had a great day. I am not that guy. This is a game. This is tactical. This requires skill, patience, perseverance to succeed. And when it doesn't go your way, it can be frustrating. I don't care what anybody says. The other day when we were out here fly fishing and I didn't catch anything, I didn't even have a take. That doesn't sit well with me. I know I'm better as an angler, and I'm gonna continue grinding and continue trying to figure out these fish until I win. It's a game against myself and it's a game against these fish. And that self-competition is another great motivating factor in wanting to learn how the game gets played. Whether you're turkey hunting for the first time or you're trying to catch a drum on the fly. You gotta have a goal. You gotta be goal oriented. And my goal today is to get a take and show you something spectacular. Man, the water is just pristine. Yes! We got one. Oh! You got a take. Oh my gosh. It's a catfish. You know what? We'll take it. Channel catfish on the fly. Let's go. How about that? Now that is cool. It's a pretty nice fish. I mean, not a huge channel, but when it comes to catfish, they fight pound for pound. Stay down. Very cool. Get over here, buddy. Look at that. Okay. Awesome. Channel catfish on the fly rod. Are you kidding me? The game plan worked out. We came in stealthy. Didn't spook an overt amount of fish. Ended up getting ourselves a catfish on the fly rod. Pulls, tugs, turns sideways. We persevered, we came in stealthy, and even though this guy, croaking at us, even though this guy isn't what we were expecting, it's pretty cool to be able to catch something on that fly rod in this clear water. Aggressive little predator. We're gonna try to catch more of these and bigger ones later this summer. But, you know, we'll take what we can. It ain't the drum we're looking for, but it's a good start. And there he goes. Let's go get another one. There's a drum swimming right out there. He's facing up into the current. He's actually working our way. This drum is just swimming right by me. That was pretty close. He almost gave us a take. That makes me a little optimistic. At least our bait looks somewhat edible. And this guy's clearly prowling. Oh wow, look at the size of that fish. That's a carp. That's a giant freaking carp. Man. Look at the size of that carp. Oh, that thing is monstrous. And he's just feeding. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this carp is absolutely massive. Now we're getting a little aggressive because that is a giant, giant fish. And he has given us the position. Wow. Holy crap. Look at the size of this beast. The golden ghost, baby. Just letting them wear out a little bit before I handle them. Oh. This thing is freaking monstrous. Good friggin' Lord. Biggest fish I've caught to date, hands down. This thing is huge. This thing's easily 20, 25 pounds. He freaking gulped that bugger. Oh, my God. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Holy shit. Guys, look at this thing. This is a common carp. This is by far the biggest fish I've ever caught on a fly rod. They call these things the golden ghosts because they are just so big, and yet they can go completely under the radar. Nobody ever knows they're there, but they're an absolute giant. And look at that thing. That was so fun to catch on rod and reel, and we caught it on a fly rod. My freaking chest piece died, so you guys didn't get to see the take, but I threw a woolly bugger on and I had a split shot with it, and it just came in and it just ate it. He was feeding under the rocks. He had his head digging and foraging, and son of a gun, he took it. And here he is. Wow. That's about as good as it gets. So we sit here and we get this fish recovered so he can swim away. This is why perseverance. I haven't caught a fish this big in a while, and this guy he's getting there. He's getting there. Look at that freaking monster fish. If you like this episode of Captain Coleslaw Outdoors, make sure you like and subscribe. It's always a pleasure to be able to bring you guys some success, let alone some experience. So until next time, fellas, shoot straight and stay strong, and I'll see you on the next one. Goes.